Hello YouTube, this is the Lightswornjoker, and I'll be coming at you today with a Mermail deck. Just a side note, this extra deck, I'm putting it up even though the extra deck's not perfectly complete. I'm missing two XYZ, or one XYZ and one Synchro. I'll tell you what they are when I get to it. The reason I'm doing it now is because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this deck. I really don't like it. It's not the greatest. I like wind-ups better, so. First up, got your one Moulinglacia. I'm going to try to zoom in and make it a little bit better. That got worse. Oh, somewhat. Next up, two Abyssmegalo. I know some people like three. I think three makes your hands more dead because you're going to start drawing them too often. Or you'll just open like multiples of him and you really don't want to discard another. It's just terrible. So, I think it's too good. Plus you can search him to death. Two Lind. I know some people like three. I want to open it with it, but I don't want to open it with multiple copies. I don't want to open this in Spear. Two Spike, you just Lind for this normally. Sometimes you summon it. I've never really normal this thing. I always just Linded for it. Next up, one of your best discard options, your 3 Dragoon, searches your deck. All your boss monsters, so yeah, that's a deck. Care no one says. Triple Marksman, second best card to discard for the simple fact that he kills back row, and worst come to worst, he's kind of like a fire dog type thing. You can use him for synchros and XYZs. You run 2 heavy infantry. It's a good card because you can normal summon twice, and the discard effect is beautiful, but it's not so good where you need like 3 of them. And normally you're not killing too many face-up cards, just in monsters. Triple Undine, because, well, I want to win games. And 2 cards that I don't want to draw, because, well, I hate them. You need to run this, but you have to run this. It's like the saddest part. Though this is great when you have skill drink, because then I don't have to add this. You know, it's float plus get all your effects, so it's a good card. 2 Deep Sea Divas. I know some people like 3. I honestly feel that you don't need 3 of any card you can search in this deck. For the simple fact that, 1, it's going to boost up my monster count, which I already don't want, and 2, I've never found a need for a 3rd Diva because I don't go to that late of the game. Gorz, either this or Trag. I tried both. I like Gorz better because a lot of the times when my field does get sweeped, unless I opened up bad, I should not have to play Gorz until like mid to late game where I've already played cards. Dark Hole, Staple Storm. I run 2 MST. I'd rather run none, but with things like Macro Rabbit going around, I don't really have a choice. Reborn, Staple. Okay, 2 Salvage and Avarice. I don't run a Lure. If you wanted, you could try and... I don't know. I tried fitting a Lure. I couldn't find room. I went with the 2nd Salvage over it. I was playing with a 1 for a while, but I decided it's just too good. Mind Control because you have tuners in every kind of level. I went with 2 Spear. I know some people like 3. I just don't like opening like Spear Lind or something like that because it makes my falling turn pretty dead. So I opted it out to 2. It's one of the better cards to open with, but not if you open up with certain cards. Restarting this part of the recording here because I kind of flipped off my camera by accident. I want to post that on YouTube. Okay, so for traps, you run the 2 Compulse because, well, it's really good and it combos well with Moulinglacia because you can summon Moulinglacia, discard 2, and then Compulse to your hand for 2 more. Or if you're cool, you can do what I did. You can do that, Compulse to your hand for 2 more, and then have a Dewloren for the last card. Look like a champ. Next up, Torrentials. I'm pretty sure this is almost a staple now. And I run 2 Mirror Force because I really don't like Thunder King. Alright, heads up. This would have been the XYZ. I was running a Stardust instead of it for the time being, but it was supposed to be a Mistworm. I just couldn't find anyone that had one for trade, and the guys that did were like 15-20. I'm like, go screw yourself. You're supposed to have Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, Gunneer, Dewloren, Librarian, catastor, Armory Arm, Utopia. You can replace that with another level 3 if you want. You don't go 4 very often. I just have it there because I like a beater. Dweller because it's really good. Leviathan, Zenmaines. Pheonix. People tell me this is a great card. I've never gone into it. I don't see it. Everyone tells me it's a great OTK option, but like, hey, most of the time I just double attack with Moulinglacia, or if I have the option to go this, I'll just Armory Arm on Moulinglacia. Gachi, and this will be the last one. I used it as an acid golem in tournament today. I really hate this card. This card's horrible, but it should be a big eye. The level 7 XYZ. Those are the two I was missing, and I've been playing it for a little bit. I really don't like Mermails. They're a great deck, don't get me wrong, but my playstyle just doesn't want to fit with this deck. I can run Wind-ups, Lightsworns, Infernies, a bunch of crazy decks, but I can't run this one. It just doesn't want to agree with me. I'll try and get a duel video up with it this week before I take it apart, and yeah, that's all.